Hello, my Zentangle friends. This is Barbara Langston, CZT, Certified Zentangle Teacher, and welcome to a session of Not Perfect Zen. This is, for us here in the United States, Thanksgiving week, and that means Christmas is right around the corner. And I usually make greeting cards to send out, but I have chemotherapy and radiation therapy starting on Monday, the 27th. So I just haven't focused on that. But I still want to make a card. So today is going to be a little bit different. First of all, I do want to say thank you for so many people who have said that they are sending prayers and positive thoughts. And I am convinced that all is going to be fine. So I'm still doing happy things. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is make a card. And this is some of the stuff that I've been playing with, ideas. And a couple of them are kind of odd. So I did this one first, and then I thought that it would be fun to do something like that on a tile that had a red and green background. So I did this, and yeah, these are just out of control. And the color is not right, but I'm not going to waste the tile. So I went ahead and drew this on this one, and it was fun. It was practice. And then I drew this one, and this was basically what I was hoping to teach, was just the trees. And the tangles here are cake, nippa with just straight lines, Susan Kelly Punt, CZT. She called it ironed nippa. I just thought that was cool. This is floors, but then I turned it into Knightsbridge. Anyway, this one is Perk and Flux and Printemps. And this is Ahhh, and then these are just snowflakes. And then on this one, I've talked about this before, but there is a website called Tickled to Tangle by Adele Bruno. She's a CZT. And I used to love her challenges. And her challenges were called It's a String Thing. And she had one, her number 221 is just drawing 3 trees, and this was the string that she suggested. And then one of the patterns that she suggested that they use was cake. And that's what this one is. And this one here is also cake. And that pattern is by Janis Wang, CZT's 9-year-old daughter, Una. Isn't that cool? And so Una would be about 16 years old now. And I didn't see a lot of people other than in this who had used this pattern. But one of the ladies in this challenge did hers like that. And I just thought it was so cool. And then cake can also be used as a border. All right, so I've had fun with this. I'm eager to share it with you. This one is just Printemps with beadline, and it lined up and looks like a racetrack, but that's not what I intended. And then this is just onomato or just orbs. But anyway, I don't have this planned. I'm just going to share with you me trying to create a Christmas card. So this is a 5-inch by 7-inch card. I used just a mixed media cardstock, and I cheated a little bit, but I'm doing something that I learned from Kelly Bluen, and that is to just use a scrap piece of paper to measure. And so I've already marked these, but what I did was I wanted it to come in about a 1/2 inch is where I have it. And so I made a mark there, and now I know I can make a mark there and then just use this paper. Another reason to use something like this is, let's say you're in a waiting room and you want to do one of Kelly's mandalas or something like that, then you just use a scrap piece of paper. You don't carry a ruler with you. Okay, so I've basically marked these all the way around. It's just not very dark. But from that, I'm going to make a line for my border. And I could just go ahead and use the pen. But anyway, just to show you, this is what I want. No, actually, I don't want to use the pen, because I'm going to do the border with a pattern called Cake. Okay. And this is what I'm going to do. So for the pattern Cake, like I said, this was done by a 9-year-old girl. We just do these little U shapes. And I have a hard time keeping them spaced nicely, but anyway, that's the first step. And then she put dots between these was her next step. And then I think her next one was this. You can do it in whatever works best for you, whatever sequence. And then these little orbs on top. Okay, super simple. And then I saw where someone had done it like that and put little V's down here, which is cool. So this is the one I'm going to do on my border, and I'm going to put these, but I don't think I'm going to put the dots in between. We'll see. All right. Oh, by the way, this was an apprentice pen, but I am going to be working with, I think I'm going to use my Micron pen. Like I said, this was not planned this way, but I did want to teach you these trees and stuff, which I still will on here, and I know y'all can put them together by looking at what I've done and looking on the website for It's a String Thing. And I will put a link in the description for Adele's website and for the string thing that has the trees. Okay, so I am going to start making my, sorry, my little U shapes along here. And I'm going to try to not go too slow. But you are always welcome to fast forward or increase the speed. Sorry if I bumped that. And I am probably putting these too close together, but it is what it is. Like I said, I don't fast forward my videos, even on the repetitive parts. That's just my preference. I think I'm going to do it this way. Okay. And then straighten it up. So as far as it's about how wide those are. I think it might look better if I have those a little bit further apart. So I'm going to start at this point to try to make that happen. Okay, so a little bit more open on the bottom. This is super simple, very repetitive. If you wanted to do something with your children or grandchildren, they could do this pattern. Oops. Yeah, I didn't think ahead on how long it was going to take me to do this whole border. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Let me back it out again a little bit so I'm more likely to stay on the screen. Okay, so for this, the next step would be the little orbs. I just wanted it to look like Christmas lights. But most Christmas lights are not this close together. But it's okay. Oops. That one's broken. So I have to say that I had a nice shift in my attitude this week. I got my schedule for treatments for the next 6 weeks, and it was kind of overwhelming to see an appointment almost every day. And then I got to thinking about how many people had been working really hard to help me get in during this busy holiday time for those treatments. And I thought about how nice those people have been to me and how many people will be working on my behalf. And then that appointment list was something totally different. It represented people helping me heal. So anyway, it helped me have a better weekend. and start this week better. Hush. Sorry, that was my dog growling. Coco. Ah. Okay, very repetitive. Feel free to speed it up to the point where I'm past this, because this is a big piece of paper. And I will try to put some timestamps so that you can get to other parts of this video quickly. Okay. So now I'm just putting the orbs. I promise this will look good after I get some color on it. It's going to be very busy, but it's going to be pretty. Okay, so the next thing is I'm going to put the little V shapes. And I want to make it go quickly, but I don't want to mess up. So, depending on how this turns out, I'm not sure who I will send it to. I think they're getting bigger. That's the one thing I am consistently inconsistent. And that's okay. Because I'm not trying to do perfect. Much as I would like to, I don't. And that's why this is not perfect Zen. I just enjoy the repetition of simple patterns. And when you put them all together, you get something really pretty. Super cool. All right. And I am not going to color this in the video, but I will be adding color to it. I think that would be painful for you to have to watch me add color after all of these, because it's so many little spaces. And I will also use my kneaded eraser to remove this string line, because it will show depending on what color I put down there. And I'm just going to use some watercolor brush markers like this. I don't know if you can read it. I've had to turn the light on. These are Artist's Loft. And I got them at a good price from Amazon. I think it was an open box. I got it for a really good price. Okay, so it looks kind of wonky, and there's too many of them, but it's okay. So now I'm going to decide which tree to put. And I think I'm going to start with this one. And I'm going to pencil it in first. And I've decided to put it not exactly in the middle, but just a little bit over. Okay. And then coming down like this. And I'm going to give it a little bit of a wave on the bottom. All right, and I am going to do Flux. This was inspired by a friend on Instagram. Joe Lupo had done a Christmas tree and posted it on his Instagram account, and I thought it was so cool, so cute. So I'm just going to start with one here at the top, and then so you look at it this way, this is what I'm going to be doing, starting at the tip of the tree and then going down with Flux. I'm going to go ahead and put the line and the dot. And then here, if I have spaces, I'm going to put an orb and then fill in any other open spot. So just continue to add Flux. And then come down and touch the Flux below it. Now I'm going to come in this direction. And you don't have to stay exactly on that string line. Okay. And I don't do perfect orbs. That's okay. You can let your Flux get a little bit bigger as you go down. And the same with the little dots. You could let them get a little bit bigger. And then I'm just kind of filling in that space. Same over here. Sorry if I'm bumping the camera. Last year I did a bunch of gnome themed cards for my sister. And a few other people. It was really fun. My son is a skateboarder, so I did one with a gnome on a skateboard. And then my daughter was farming, so I did one of a gnome farmer girl, and that was fun. Okay, so I've decided on this one, just as I'm going along, to just continue making this go bigger and bigger to fill it in, instead of just doing it like that. So just for a change. And of course, you can do yours just as easily like that. And so I'm going to make my dots a little bit bigger. Okay. Just going back and forth. And I guess my little wave down here won't matter. Okay, so try to decide about where to end that one. I want about there. Doesn't have to be perfect, but that's close. And then I'm going to put my orbs. Fill this in. For those who might not know, since this is, I'm taking my time, you can adjust the speed of what you're watching. I think up to twice as fast. And on really repetitive videos, I'll do that sometimes. Okay, so close enough. It's a tree. And let's just take this down and down. Okay. Sorry, trying to get it to zoom. Okay. So now, I think I'm going to do this one. And that is with cake. And I'm just going to get a general idea of where I want this to go. Okay, so it's going to be over here. And the way that I'm going to start is with this little cap. Okay, so I'm going to make this a little bit darker so you can see it. It's basically what I'm following. And I want to make this come a little bit out past that line. And then I'm going to come back with my little U shapes for cake. And when I get about to that line, let's go a little bit more out. Then I'm just going to come up to that one. Then I'll put my orbs and my little V's. Okay. Now I'm going to do this one. And I'm just going to have it come off of that. Come in this direction. 2, 3. Out. And then I'm going to have it kind of curve and come back up. All right. Now I'm going to go in that other direction. Let's go ahead and put these on. Okay, so I'm going to start in here, put my little V's, slanting down towards this other side. And when I get out of that line, then I'm going to curve up to that one. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and do these. Okay, so I'm outside of that line. Now I'm going to curve up. And I didn't have a step out for this. I just saw on Adele Bruno's post that someone had done it this way, and I thought it was so cool. Curve up. So you just keep going down in an angle. Okay, that would probably come up about right there. And then we'll just do one across here. Just kind of level. So this is the bottom, excuse me, bottom of the tree. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a trunk. And then our orbs. You won't see that one. Okay. I think it looked nicer here, but maybe it'll look better after I add color and shading. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just remove some of the pencil lines while I'm thinking about it. So it's definitely going to look whimsy. All right, let's do another one. And I'm going to do one of these. Yeah, I think I'll do it with Printemps. So let's go ahead and put an outline on this one. We'll just go back here. And feel free to do it in pencil first. I'm just going to go ahead, I know where I want it. And then, like that. So I'm just going to start here. To add Printemps. And I'm going to try to vary the size. Some smaller. Definitely don't do perfect printemps. I really enjoy the tiles where the artist makes them all look good. Okay. Not my favorite. But I'm going to keep going. If I want a perfect card, I will go to the store and buy one. At the end, I'll try to remember to show you another card that I did. Oops. Okay. That's really pretty. And I hope to make a video for that one. Okay, let's put one more in here. Okay, not my best printemps. So let's do some snowflakes. Oh, put a trunk on this. It's just floating. And we can put some little orbs at the top. So just a ball. And put a little sparkle on it. A little reflection, that's what I mean. Okay. And you could, even on here, put some other little balls. I'm just making this up as I go along. Okay, so for this snowflake, and I do have a video where I've done just a whole lot of snowflakes on a card or a tile. So I'm just going to go straight across and then straight down the middle. straight down the middle again. And then, okay, so what I'm doing is this one. I'm going to put these V shapes in the very middle. And turn your tile. If I don't, I get it really weird. And I'm sorry if the lighting isn't the best. I like to do this when there's bright sunshine, but we have not had it today. Okay, and then put a couple of lines coming this way. More little V's. And then I'll probably come back and put gold jelly roll on top of these. But just a little orb on the end of each of those. So there's one. And then Ahhh is always an easy favorite. Let's put one of these down there. Actually, I think Ahhh should be open in the middle, but we're going to do it this way. Just a little snowflake. Oops. And then another little line in between each one. And then a little dot. Okay. And then the next is that one. And it starts like a lot like this one. I tried to do this. Okay. So with this one, I was trying to do 6. I just couldn't get it to look right. So let's just do 8. So we're going to start out the same. Well, the length isn't the same, but it's okay. I can come up a little bit. I'm going to put a diamond on the end of each of these. Okay, and then we're going to put the little V shapes. And you can fill those in. I think I'm going to leave them open. Okay, so there's that one. And the other thing that I did on here was these dots just coming out. And then you could just put little sparkles here and there. Okay. I honestly didn't know what was going to happen when I started this, but it was fun. So I will add color to this, and then I will show it in the end of the video. Oh, okay. And then this is the other one that I'm hoping to do a video for that in the next couple of days. And that was a lot of fun. It was actually easy, but you need a thin masking tape. So that's what that is. Okay, so this is my finished card. I apologize that the lighting wasn't very good when I did this last night, but it's done. I added some shading along the bottom of these. I added a little bit of hatching and shading down the center of this. Shading all around the outside of this tree. A shadow here. And just kind of wiggly lines on these tree trunks. And then just little dabs of color and little dabs of gold jelly roll pen. So there you go. Again, I hope you enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I could do better, but I did it in a hurry and just spur of the moment, and it looks fun. It looks whimsical, and let me know if you try it. Thanks. Have a very happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays. Bye.